Hello, hello, hello. It's your Friday. Oh no, it's your Thursday. It is my Wednesday. And I've been awfully busy today. Running around and doing errands, and I filmed a video for my main channel, put up my vlog. And then I was like, I want to do something fun on BookTube, so I came up with this book scavenger hunt. Did you guys ever love scavenger hunts back in the day? It would have like been really fun had I gone into it on just like a day to just enjoy it, which is what I'll be saying in the video. But like I was trying to get it done so I could get home and film the video. And it was like, I almost kind of made too complicated of a scavenger hunt, which I didn't think it was complicated at all, but like I was so like, when I was there, I was like getting so like, oh, about it. I did it at the library, and I mean, it's really fun, and the whole idea behind it is like, it's like the universe leading you to like the next book that you should read, so to speak. Kind of, I mean, it's kind of cheesy, but anyway, I had a lot of fun putting it together, so, and that's the kind of like creative stuff that I like to do, so I'm putting that up later today, so you should go check it out on my BookTube channel, my Peter Likes Books channel, and it will be the book scavenger hunt, which I looked, and there aren't a lot of them that have been done already, because I think that's a fun idea. I love scavenger hunts. God, back in the day, we used to do, back in high school, we played, what do you call it, walkie-talkie tag, or what was that called? What are those called that like truck drivers have when they speak into them? Those aren't walkie-talkies. What are they called? Oh shoot, I can't remember. But anyway, we used to play that, and like we would talk to each other on those things. This is before cell phones, you guys. And we like, okay, we're gonna give you a hint. You know, it's very cold. There could be a blizzard here, and then we'd be like in the parking lot of like Dairy Queen. And then like when they came, they like have to get us, and we like race off. This is so dangerous looking back. But anyway, it was so fun. Because we would like talk on one channel, you know, and then we would like just chase each other all over town. That's what you do in Indiana, like on summer nights when you have nothing to do. What was that called? My friend Heather, she had this old Cadillac Riviera. Do you guys remember those with the back? Something like that. It was like old, and it was like rusted and stuff. I'm sorry, Heather, if you're watching this, but it was. And she had one of those in there. What are those things called? You know, like Breaker 10-4. What are those things called? Why can't I remember? There becomes a point in your aging when it's not called brain farts, which I hate that term anyway. It's just, you can't remember shit anymore. I actually have quite a few truck drivers that watch my vlog, so can you guys let me know what that's called? Do you guys still use those? Why can't I remember what that's called? I wish I was on a red light. Oh, I am on a red light. They just started going. Damn it, what are those called? Anyway, so that's what I've been doing today. It's so pretty outside. It's 87 degrees in Indiana, but it doesn't feel that hot. It feels like, it's cool. There's like a nice breeze outside, and it's absolutely beautiful. This is like the weather in Indiana that I love. And this is like how like May and June are. July and August are hot, just like hot. Like you don't want to do anything but sit on your front porch and like eat a popsicle, but then it just like melts down and then gets everywhere. Then your hands are sticky, and then you don't want to touch anything, and then there's ants everywhere, and daddy long legs, and snakes. That's Indiana for you, right? Well, that's Indiana that I grew up in. We used to collect lightning bugs, but now I think that's kind of mean. CB tag? Is that what we used to call it? CB tag? CB rated CB tag? That doesn't feel like that was what we called it. Look, there's another word for it. And do you remember when you used to go by semis and you go like this and they go honk honk? I love that so much. Oh my God, when I'm a kid and you go like this and they would do it. Oh my God, on road trips, I would drive my dad nuts. There was about an accident about to happen. People are not good drivers. You guys that watch my vlog do understand that when I put up rant videos, that they're like 80% joking, right? Like, I'm not that serious about ranting about those things. I think it's confusing to people because they're like, they see me, it's called humor. It's called having a sense of humor. I'm like joking in there. Like, I'm not super serious in those rant videos because I think people don't really know like how to take me. Like, am I being really serious? Or it's not, I wouldn't say it's a character. Like, I do believe the things that I'm saying, but it's like it's extra. Does that make sense? Like, I don't get that passionate about things. Like, today I'm putting up a video about, a rant video about freedom of speech, so go watch it. I don't even know if I'll post it. Like, when I make rant videos, I never even know if I'll post it, and then I'm just like, screw it, just post it, who cares? I don't know what I want to eat tonight. I need to find out from Alex if we're doing dinner together or if he is going to be late at work. Because I have a meeting tonight that I need to go to. Because I haven't been to it in a couple weeks. I need to be a good citizen. Do you remember that? Citizens in school. Students, citizens, can we be good citizens, please? What does that mean? Can somebody please explain to me what that means, being a good citizen? That is so stupid. That is some of the stupidest shit I've ever heard. I'm gonna make a rant video about that. I had this teacher, she was so rude. People, my mother hated that. She was like, why are we referring? She would come in to parent, my mother, probably came in to parent teacher. I should not say this is horrible, but she had probably had a couple glasses of wine before she came in there. I'll never forget, I was sitting there one time next to her, you know, and there's my mom, just laid, gorgeous, always in the, my mom loved clothes. Just sitting there, right? She's listening to all this. Now, my mother was an educator, you have to remember. I shouldn't say that she had a couple glasses of wine before. Now, afterwards, probably, but before, probably not. That's horrible that I said that. My mother was not that mother. My mother was very active in my education. Now, she never asked what my grades were all through high school, but... Oh, my good Judy Tanya is calling. I'll talk to her for a second. Hello? What are you doing? You're on my vlog right now, my daily vlog. I mean, you're not on speakerphone, they can't hear you, but... Are you at the kennel? Well, I may stop by in a little bit. Are you going to be home soon, or are you going to stay there for a while? Okay, well, I'll probably stop by. Alright, love ya. Bye. Are you okay? Hold on just a second. I'll talk to you guys in just a little bit. I'm going to talk to Tanya. So I realized that I have officially become my father. The reason I turned that off was because Tanya was like going on about something and it's a private conversation. So, you know, Tanya has she was like, you can keep it on. I don't really care. I was like, I mean, it's your conversation. It has nothing to do with me. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, I realized I have become my father. Okay, not just in looks, because we look very similar, with the white hair and the beard, but because I literally just took a shower and did my hair and put on my exact same outfit that I had last night for date night. And my dad is like so killing for wearing an outfit like 2 days in a row. Like if we go on vacation, my dad does like, we go to like to the Caribbean or something, he does not pack. I act like we do it all the time. I haven't been with my dad and my stepmom on a vacation since probably I was 24, 25. So anyway, but like he does not pack. He brings like a bathing suit. He wears like on the plane like khakis and like a button-down white collared shirt and like a jacket. Like that's my dad's plane outfit, so that he has that outfit to wear when he goes there if he wants to go out to dinner somewhere nice like one night. But like other than that, like he is like totally like shorts, and he wears that brand Chubbies. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like my dad's not fat. That's not what they're called, Chubbies. I know. And they're really cute shorts, and they're like, but they come like mid-calf, or mid-calf. They come like, can you even imagine, culottes, capris. They come like mid-thigh. My dad has worn those forever, even before like college kids were wearing them. And my dad wore boat shoes like Sperry's before everyone wore them, because he just was always on a boat. Barefoot, typically on a boat. But anyway, and that's just it. He'll bring like 2 t-shirts, 2 polo shirts, 2 pairs of shorts, and that's it for like a 10-day trip. And like he'll buy something there if he needs something, but then he'll wear like the same outfit like 3 or 4 days in a row. And I've like become that. Like I used to never wear an outfit twice. And now like I come home and I like fold my shirt and I put it like in my closet, like with my shorts. And I'm like, why? Like now I understand why I always was doing so much wash, you know? But I don't think to wear a t-shirt 2 days in a row when the only reason I wore this t-shirt last night was like to go on our date, and then I came home. I don't even think I had this on last night for my UNAS stream. I think I took it off. I might have. I don't know. And, but anyway, you know. So, and I have cute little blue shorts on that I got from Target that come like mid-thigh. You guys want to see my fat body. There's my cute shorts. But anyway, and then I have flip-flops because I have these horrible blisters. I meant to Google today, like, tricks to get rid of blisters. One of them is gone, and it's, like, totally healing. The other one is, like hard, but still there. But I'm, like, ready to wear my Chuck Taylors, and I can't wear them because they hurt, because I don't wear socks, is the truth. I hate wearing socks. I, like, hurt my back or something today. I don't know what happened, but my back is, like, killing me. Look at me putting this on as if it's lipstick. That woman was looking at me. Psst. Worry about your own lipstick. Stay in your own lane. I become like my grandmother at the grocery store. When people would tell her she shouldn't be smoking. You shouldn't smoke in the grocery store, my grandma would say, mind your own fucking business. Do you remember when people would smoke in the grocery store? Oh my God, I love my grandma. It sounds like she was really tacky, but she wasn't. She was very much like Betty Davis. I mean, I've told a lot of stories on here about my grandma and going to prison and all of that stuff, but like my grandma was, for having gone through complete poverty, going to prison and all of that kind of stuff, my grandma was kind of a class act. What? Oh, she was my grandma. I loved her, you know. I didn't know that stuff about her, you know. I just knew that she loved me unconditionally. And she loved dogs. She was so good with dogs. It is gonna pour down rain. No wonder my head is killing me. I haven't talked to my cousin Caroline in a while. This is truly how my mind works. You guys are seeing right now how my mind works. It's just like one thought to the next, the next, the next. I was like looking over there and there was a Cadillac, like one of those Cadillac CTSs, I guess. It's black. That's what my Aunt Kathy used to drive before she passed away. And I was like, so that made me think of my cousin Caroline, because my uncle, so they hired contractors, busted down walls downstairs, because my uncle, you know, is a heart patient and he can hardly walk. So they're moving him into their house and they're like doing this whole revamp. Like they took the dining room and part of this other living room out and they're making it into like his like master bedroom downstairs. It's gonna be very cool. But anyway, so I was thinking, I haven't talked to Caroline in a while. I need to call them. It's interesting how like weddings and funerals and all that kind of stuff, family reunions, we don't do family reunions because literally it's Caroline and I, so when we get together that's a family reunion. But it's interesting how that stuff like brings everybody really close, and then you're like, oh my God, we're gonna have to do this, we're gonna do that, and then you never do it. Like you never see those people, right? Like I have such a huge extensive family in Fort Wayne, and I have like 3 cousins that live in Indianapolis from my family in Fort Wayne on my dad's side. Fort Wayne, Indiana. Like my cousin Vicky lives down here. Love her. Okay, she's such a neat woman, and I never see her. Like I used to spend every summer with her as a kid when I was growing up, and like I need to call her and just be like, hey Vicky, let's go get a. She would love it, you know, or like going to visit my Aunt Janny in Fort Wayne. I never do that stuff. And that's where like when I preach about like life is short, like I preach it, but I don't live it sometimes. Like, I would literally make my aunt's day if I called her up and I said, hey, Aunt Jan, I'm gonna drive to Fort Wayne. Do you wanna have lunch? I mean, she would love that. I need to do that. That's gonna be one of my goals for this summer. I'm gonna call Vicky and I'm gonna say, Vicky, we're gonna surprise your mom and I'm gonna go to Fort Wayne with you. We're gonna go up there for the day and then we're gonna take her out to lunch. I'm getting kind of teary-eyed just thinking about it. I love my Aunt Janny. So that's one of the things I'm going to do. I know she doesn't watch this. So, Vicky, if you watch this, I don't know if she does, but I'm calling you. You got to hold me to it, and we're going to go up there. That'll be fun. So anyway, I think that's it right now. I'm getting ready to pick up TJ in the house, Tony Jean, Applestein. This is a song I sing to Tanya. So you guys know I make up songs, right? For my dogs, for Alex, for everybody. So here's my song for Tanya. Ready? Tanya Jean Applestein, prettiest girl I've ever seen. And one night, she didn't call me back for 2 days, and she called me up, and she goes, it's Tanya Jean Applestein. And I said, Tanya Jean Applestein, the meanest woman I've ever seen. That's what I said to her. Oh, anyway, I gotta get off here. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hello. People are so shitty to me in their comment section sometimes. I'm just like... Anyway. How are you guys doing? This hat looks so bad. I literally just woke up and people can be real asses sometimes. Do you know that? I literally look at my hair. I literally just woke up. The hat wasn't very comfortable. From a nightmare. I went to the gas station. And, I was like, I'm really craving chocolate. And I got orange juice with pulp because I love that. Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night and you're like totally craving the weirdest stuff? I love this Tropicana with pulp. And then I also got, I've never seen this water before, perfect pH water, I'm sure. Hydration, but isn't that bottle very cool? I realized today that I have literally about 10 water bottles sitting behind me, empty. And then I got, how fatty am I? I know, please don't come for me. But I had this really horrible dream. I don't know what happened, but I like woke up and I was like so hungry. I used to keep hand sanitizer in my car and I'm out of it. I need to get some new one, but... And it was really weird because my mom was in the dream and I was just like talking to the lady inside and she's really nice. She's from Nigeria. She always tells me these stories about Nigeria. But anyway, I was telling, she was like, you're not usually in here this late. And I was like, I am, but, and I said, I woke up with this horrible dream about my mom. It wasn't really a horrible dream, I'd say. I don't know. I don't know. But, she said it's just your mom visiting you. And I said, yeah, I like to think that too. I said, do you really believe that? She goes, oh, yes, definitely. So, I don't like to eat on camera, even though I've done mukbang videos. Because I don't like to eat on camera. Really quick. I love this chapstick that Teresa gave me, this baby lips. It's literally so nice. I have 5 chapsticks over here. I want to tell you about my mom, the dream I had about my mom. But, before I get into that, I want to say, I keep on talking about Letty in my vlogs. Like, I've shouted her out probably like 5 times now, and I've never linked her channel below. She's the one that gave me my wonderful lights for my videos. Thank you, Letty. And, so, Letty, this is for you. Letty, get your adverbs here. I'm going to link her channel below. I talked about her yesterday in my video, and I'm talking about her today because yesterday I didn't link her channel. So if you guys could please just go check her out and follow her and subscribe to her. She's an older person like I am, and she does really great vlogs where she just kind of talks into the camera and stuff like that. So go check her out, definitely. And yeah, I will link Letty's channel this time. I promise. You guys, I never remember to do that stuff. Like, it's just like, people always say to me later, they're like, oh, you didn't do this or you didn't do that. I'm like, I never remember to link. I just don't. I'm horrible with it. On BookTube, I'm pretty good. But like on any other channel, I just forget to do it. Plus, it's like, I hate saying this because this is going to sound like such an excuse, and you guys are going to be like, well, then just don't do it. But like, okay, so this is my day, right? So I wake up, and I come downstairs, and I should just, like, I need to show you what literally, like, from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed looks like, but that would be so boring, you guys. I mean, it really would be so boring. Not like this isn't, but, I kind of threw out my neck somehow. I'm not really sure how, but it hurts so bad. It's like my upper shoulder and my neck, upper back and neck. But I get up, and then the dogs are all over me because they want to go outside. So I come downstairs, and I let them out. And while I'm like standing there in the doorway, like I just walk over and I plug in my my camera, and then like I upload all of my vlog pieces from the day before. And then I go back outside and I watch the dogs and I wait for them to do their 9 million things, and then sniff, poop, peep, and all that. And then they come inside and I give them each a treat, and they go off with their treat into their different directions. And then I sit down and I upload each piece of the vlog, okay? And then if I have like appointments that I have to go meet with people, or like I have doctor's appointments, or like I have meeting, you know, things like that, like meeting with people to like set up like team leadership things, I go and I do that. And then I come back and I put the vlog together, okay? So like I stop in, put the vlog together, and upload it, so it'll start processing, because that usually takes about an hour because it's very long. And which a lot of people will be like, that's all it takes you. I don't know, our Wi-Fi is pretty quick. Like for a YouTube video that's like 10 to 20 minutes for me to upload, a 10-minute video usually takes me literally about 5-10 minutes to process and upload. A 20-minute video usually takes me about 15 minutes to upload and process. So, and y'all know my editing skills, I just don't edit. But then, like, if I'm making videos, I make videos, like, kind of while I'm just sitting there waiting sometimes, which is why I just look so pretty in my videos. Now, this last week, I've tried to, like, take a shower and do my hair before I do my videos, and then upload them all, and then go run errands. It's interesting when I get comments that people are like, he doesn't do anything for a living, which is why he uploads 5 videos. I run a full-time business. I'm a full-time author. I'm not making excuses, it's just fact. You know, I go to 5 meetings a week in recovery. I go out on dates with my husband 3 to 4 nights a week, and we do family night with his family at least once a week. It's called time management. It's not difficult, you know, and to be honest with you, when I was busier and working 60 or 70 hours a week, I got more done. My practice at that time, when I was working for the treatment facility, I worked there about 45 hours a week, sometimes 50. I was no lie seeing 30 clients a week, so that's 70-hour a week plus. And was going to meetings, had a partner, had a boyfriend. I hate that word partner. For me, I hate it. For anybody else, I respect it. Whatever they name. But, you know, like, I just got a lot done. I just did. You know, I read more then than I do now. I love when people say expose me. People ask me to expose them all the time. It cracks me up. People took my rant videos so seriously. Most people liked it, but some people on there were like, you bitch about freedom of speech, yet you get on here and blah, blah. I'm like, it's kind of a joke. Like, it's me, but extra. Like, Tanya was watching it tonight while we were together, and she's like, you're always so over the top with these rant videos. I'm like, girl, you know. She's like, I mean, you can get a little Julia Sugarbaker sometimes. But they're called rant videos for a reason. There is something about the combination of peanut chocolate butter and orange juice. I don't know what it is, but I love it. So, the other thing that I think is interesting, and I said this in my YouNow stream last night, why isn't it an insult that I upload so many videos a day? I know it's hard for a lot of people to keep up with, but then a lot of people watch all of it, and a lot of people just watch my BookTube videos but don't watch anything else. And I was looking at this girl tonight. There's a booktuber that I adore. Her name is Jenna Claire. And she's just so sweet. And she's like in college. I think she goes to Belmont in Nashville. I could be wrong. And she does covers. Her BookTube channel is kind of all over the place. Like, it's mostly BookTube stuff, but she's got some singing covers on there and other stuff. And she did a video that was fantastic about asexuality, which I, to be honest with you, did not really understand the whole concept of it. You know, I do understand the generational gap. Well, let me just tell you about Jenna first of all, real quick. So anyway, she just hit 9,000 subscribers on BookTube. Now, let me just tell you, okay? We don't talk about this on BookTube much because people are just very, like, genuine about their subscriber count. Girl, she was all up on Twitter being like, yes, yes. I was so happy for her. I was like, all right. Because 9,000 subscribers on BookTube is a lot. I mean, it is a lot. That's 9,000 people that are actively watching your videos about books, right? Like, that's pretty incredible. And, like, I don't know how many, I think I have like 6,800 subscribers, but like most of my videos get around 1,000 views. So, I mean, that's like, you can always kind of tell like who your core watchers are. You know, like if you look at my main channel, listen, if I do a video about Jeffree Star, it's gonna get a lot of views, or Amberlynn Reed, it's gonna get a lot of views, or Amy Slayton videos always get a lot of views. But if I do a video just called like, going shopping with my husband, it's not going to get a lot of views. It's going to get your core, it's going to get the core people that watch your videos. So when you see channels that are always, like, this is why people, when they come to me and they're like, oh, you have such clickbaity titles. I'm like, everybody does that, first of all, but I post a lot of story times about shit like goldfish and, you know, like my rants, and I'm having fun with it. There are so many people that are trying so hard. They're so afraid to just put up a real video, because if they do, they won't get any views on it. I don't really care. I just want people to enjoy my content. And if that's 5 people or 10,000, which I think is the true sign of a YouTube lover, you know, a video making lover is somebody that will put anything out there because they don't really care how many views they get. And it's the truth, because you know, a lot of people try to just recreate every video that's been made out there, this challenge and that challenge, and then they're like, I don't understand why my cinnamon challenge video only got 200 views. Well, because 9,000 people did it. And yours isn't any different. And I don't think tagging has a lot to do with it. I just don't. I've tagged my videos the same things that other people have tagged it before, and I haven't gotten any views for it. You know, and then I've not tagged a video at all, and it's gotten a lot of views. It just depends. I think it's all timing and the universe, kind of. I don't know. I'm sure there's some analytical way YouTube works. I don't really care. But, how did I get off on all of this? I don't even know. But like, that's my number one piece of advice to people doing YouTube. Like, if you're gonna do it because you want to have fun on there. Do not do it for the sub count and the views, because like, there's no money to be made on YouTube right now anyway. There just isn't. So if you think you're gonna, you know, be the next Tana Mojo or Shane Dawson or something, like, I mean, I don't know. Those days are over for a while, I think. But everybody's scrambling to kind of come up with, you know, the best content to get. Oh my God, it just started pouring rain. That's why my dogs were acting up fools tonight all over me. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, why are they acting crazy? Like, Boo Radley was all over me. You know, he hates rainstorms. We were supposed to get bad rain tonight and it never happened. Tanya and I went out to dinner. We went to Puccini's, which is a pasta place here, an Italian pasta place. Eater. As opposed to a Mexican pasta place. There probably is Mexican pasta, isn't there? Anyway, she got this chicken ordeal that was low carb, this chicken with ham on it and stuff. And I got the Diablo, which was like spicy linguine, and it was so good. Cream sauce. You get these amazing side salads with it. And so anyway, we did that, and then we went to Meijer and did our grocery shopping. Then we went back to Tanya's house, and I was just sitting there for a second. I got so tired. She's like, watch Survivor with me. I'm like, Tanya, I haven't watched Survivor in 5 years. Like, I don't have any clue who the people are. She was like, oh, you'll get into it. She always does this to me, and then I have to go back and watch the whole series. I was like, no, I think I better just go home. So I was getting so tired. I said, but before I do, since you have pickles and peanut butter, I want to try that delicious pickle and peanut butter Amberlin thing that Amberlin Reed tried. She's like, oh my God, it's so good. I was like, is it really, Tanya, or is it disgusting? She's like, no, it is really good. I think anyway, I thought I was going to turn my light off for a second. But anyway, so she gets it all out for me, and I like lather this pickle up with peanut butter. And I, honest to God, thought, oh, I'm going to love this, right? Because I love celery with peanut butters. I wouldn't say I love it. It's good. I'll eat it. But I love carrots with peanut butter. I don't know what that is. Dustin, I think, said today, that's so country. I was like, whatever. But I love carrots with peanut butter. I don't know what it is. I think they're kind of both crunchy or something, because I like crunchy peanut butter. So anyway, but this wasn't crunchy. This was smooth. This is the stupidest conversation I've ever had in my entire life. But anyway, so I have this pickle, right? Well, I'd be just fine never having to have that again. I mean, that was about the nastiest thing I've ever had. I don't know what Amberlin Reed's talking about, but I thought that pickle with peanut butter was gross. There were like 10 cars at the church at like 3 o'clock in the morning. That's kind of weird. Don't you think it is? I think that's kind of weird. Just this random church. That almost kind of sounds like a horror movie. Why would there be 10 people randomly at a church on a Wednesday night? I don't like that one bit. Oh, Lord. Anyway. So my nightmare that I had about my mom, which wasn't really a nightmare, but it was just weird. Do you ever have dreams that are in places, but it's not really the place, if that makes sense? Okay, so Alex and I took laundry over to my mom's house to do. I don't know. Tanya and I went to Home Depot the other day. I was looking at washers and dryers in there because they had them really cheap. And because, you know, we need a new washer and dryer so bad. And then, what was I going to say? I was thinking about mom blogs, actually, just now. Because do you know that this mom blog, okay, so there's this mom blog, and she's somewhere from Indiana. Like, she was like the original mom blog. And she wrote in there, she would write in there about how she was single, and she had all these kids, and she couldn't take care of them. People, like, she got like 4 sets of washers and dryers. Is that not crazy? I need to start a mom blog so somebody sends me a washer and dryer. We don't even really need a dryer. We just need we don't really need a washer. We just need a dryer. But really, we really do need a new set completely. But anyway, so we pull up in our driveway, but it's the driveway of the house that I grew up living in. The one I showed in my vlog last week, which is probably another reason why it was in this dream. Because I'm a believer that things that you've seen recently appear in your dreams, but there's no symbology behind it, if that makes sense. So, we go into the garage, and as soon as we go in, we're like in a different house. I don't know if that makes sense, but like outside, it was my house. The driveway was my house. The garage was my house. But as soon as we went into the house through the garage, because we would always go in through the house through the garage, as soon as we went in, it was no longer my house. And my mom, when I first saw her, was like very cheerful and younger, like, hi, how are you? And all this kind of stuff. This is where it disturbs me that this woman was like, that's just your mom visiting you and saying hi. Like, if she just was in a dream, I understand that, but so I go inside. You guys are like, you're always telling us your dreams on here. So I go inside, and Alex is like putting the laundry in the dryer, and it's this like very dark like hallway where the washer and dryer are just kind of, and he's putting there. So I go in, and she's turning on lights, and she's like, you guys are gonna stay overnight, right? And I was like, yeah, because we had like driven like forever through like the snow or something. It was like a horrible storm that we drove through. Although it wasn't like snowy outside when we got there. It was just very all over the place. But anyway, so she's like turning on lights, and she goes, I'm gonna make a pot of coffee. And I like, okay, my mother was very clean. Like very, very clean, right? And like not obsessively clean, but clean. Like how I am. And so she turns on a light, and the countertop is like this orange formica. It was very depressing. And she had on like this brown waitress outfit, like dress, that zipped up. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like those old school waitress outfits. And her hair was pinned back in this bun, and she just looked very sad. And then on the counter was this like, I don't know why I specifically noticed this, but there was an open bag of Sun Chips just kind of thrown on the counter. Like just not like placed, just like randomly thrown. And then there were like breadcrumbs and all of this like mustard and stuff just like all over the counter. Like it looked like nobody had like wiped down the counter or cleaned it in like months, right? And I go, Mom, what is going on here? Like what? And this would be a conversation I would have said to her. Like if this were really the case, I would have spoken to her just like this. And I was like, Mom, what is going on here? Like I'm very confused by this, okay? Like you obviously aren't taking care of yourself. I'm very concerned. You know, like there's a mess everywhere. What, Mom, what's going on? Like I would have said that to her. Like that is a conversation I would have had. So anyway, I said that to her in the dream, and she just was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. So then, like, somehow I had forgotten that Alex was with me in the dream, because I heard the dryer door open, and I'm like, hello? And I go down this hallway, and it's Alex standing there and like folding the laundry, or putting it into the basket. And I was like, I whispered, I go, are you ready to go? And he was like, yeah, I can't stay here. I was like, this is too depressing. I don't know. Maybe it's just doing all this marriage counseling stuff, and it's bringing up stuff of where my mom was, you know, in her marriage with my dad. Maybe. I don't know. But he was like, I can't stay here. This is depressing. And he was like, okay. He didn't even say goodbye to her in the dream. He just left, which I thought was really interesting. I don't think I said goodbye to her either. We just left. And then I woke up, and I was just like really stressed out. And I was like really sweaty. I like sweat a lot when I have like nightmares. It was very scary in the dream. I don't know how to explain it. It was like storming and lightning outside. But I think it was lightning. You just saw it here. I think it was lightning in real life. I think it was a lot of things happening at the same time. Who knows? I believe that your dreams and your nightmares are your subconscious working overtime. So I think that that's a lot of what it was, but it was weird that my mom was in that dream though, like, you know? Do you guys like the smell of rain? I do. And then when I went there, and that woman was like, she was visiting you. Do you ever feel like your whole life is just kind of a dream? Like, now that I look back on saying that to a woman, I'm like, that kind of even felt like a dream. Like, this even kind of feels like a dream. It's like the Truman Show, you know, like when you wake up and you realize that everything is just this reality show. It's like there's all of these rolling clouds over here against, I would turn on the camera and show you, but I don't think on camera it would show. There's like all of these rolling clouds against this like pitch black sky. It's really pretty. And it's hard to see because it's 3 o'clock in the morning, so it's like, you know. And like I said, I've been missing my mom a lot lately. Maybe that's what it is too. I don't know, Mom. Here's my message to you. If you're going to come through and visit me, you don't need to do it in some kind of depressing, zip-up, brown diner outfit that makes me even worry about you more that you're in heaven working as some diner waitress. Maybe she is. I don't know. Who knows? I can't worry too much about all that. Can you imagine if I went to a psychic and they said, well, your mother has a job on the other side. She's a waitress at a diner. So this really weird thought. Like, this is so weird, but like, I'm watching Grace and Frankie, and there's a conversation there about going to hell or going to heaven. Which, do people ever like have philosophical conversations and you kind of don't really ever get it? Like, it kind of is missed on you a little bit. And so the conversation there is so interesting because it's like, it's between Saul and Robert, and Robert's afraid he's going to go to hell for being gay. I don't want to ruin the season for you if you haven't seen it. But anyway, and they're talking to a priest, and the priest says that hell is like, how you're remembered once you're gone is what determines where you are. So like, if you're a really evil person while you were here, well then you're in hell for eternity. And then if you're a really good person while you're here, well then you're in heaven for eternity. And I was like, I don't even know that I can wrap my head around that. That's kind of confusing to me. I don't know. So anyway, I mean, like, no, I don't believe that really. I just don't. And while my spiritual beliefs are kind of all over the place, and I understand the concept of purgatory, and I'm not Catholic, but isn't the whole idea of ultimate forgiveness, meaning no matter what your wrongs were doing, if you ask for ultimate, I mean, did you guys ever see the movie, Dead Man Walking about Sister Helen Prejean? Oh my God! With Susan Sarandon? That's a true story. Actually, my mom and her friend Vicky went and heard her speak, and she's actually a nun. Did you guys ever see that? I mean, it's all about redemption and forgiveness, and it's about forgiving yourself. That movie is so powerful with Sean Penn, and he plays a guy on death row that like allegedly raped and killed this girl. You guys, if you have not seen Dead Man Walking, it is one of the most phenomenal movies I have ever seen. I think it won an Oscar. I think Susan Sarandon won an Oscar for it. But anyway, I don't know what I think about all of that, you know? But I was thinking about what's interesting is that, like, and then now I'm going into YouTube in my head. I'm constantly in my head. You know, like, okay, so I found out all these things after my mom passed away that I didn't know about her life, right? She probably wouldn't call them lies, knowing my mother, but they were straight up lies, okay? They just were lies of omission. She never told me them, right? So then it makes you wonder, like, when somebody passes away that you know very well, like, they keep their secrets with them when they die, right? So what if that person did, like, something horrible that you didn't know about? Like, here I am saying, like, I can't even imagine my mother would have that kind of, I don't know what my mother did in her life. Maybe she did something that's deserving of being in a hell diner. Hell, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't know what people do, and it's interesting because, like on YouTube, when you have people say things or assume things about you, one of the things that's really interesting about it, watching it is, okay, my camera's gonna shut off, so I'm gonna stop it and then come right back and start talking, because I'm at like 30 minutes. Can you guys believe that? I'm at like 29 minutes and 20 seconds, so I'll be right back. 2 and 2, I'm back. One of the really interesting things about YouTube is that people like assume things about you, or they'll say things that has absolutely no basis in fact, and they like this guy just commented on one of my Trisha Paytas videos, and he was like, you are so thirsty for her to shout you out in a video that you'll do whatever it takes. And I'm like, well, actually Trisha has shouted me out in about 4 videos, so I'm probably not that thirsty, you know? But that's like not even it. Like, people will say things to me like, well, like, this is really interesting, okay, so let's have this discussion. I wasn't going to have this on video, and I thought I'd make a whole video about it, and maybe I should. Leave me in the comment section if you think I should make a video about this. But there are these trolls that are saying in videos that it's going around that I'm HIV positive, okay? And they come into these live streams, and they come in here, and they come in there, and they say, they're saying it everywhere, these trolls. And they're saying, oh, Peter Monn is HIV positive, and blah, 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 whatever. And then they're like, and his husband cheats on him and is on Grindr because he's HIV positive. Okay. Well, none of that is true, but that's not really the point to me. Okay? And this is where I know that the person saying those statements is homophobic, is childish, is ignorant, and can stay in their own lane, and their comments don't really bother me a whole lot, because I think, number one, that's so offensive to people living with HIV to look at that as an insult. It is a disease, okay? And somebody saying to me, Peter Monn has HIV, I don't look at that as an insult, okay? I don't have HIV, but the truth of the matter is, I could. You know, I've dodged a lot of bullets in my life. I'm no better than anybody else. I've had my nights of unprotected sex. I'm not proud of them. You know, it could happen to anybody. It could happen to a housewife whose husband's cheating on her and she has no idea about it, okay? It could happen to any of us. So I'm not exempt, and I don't look down on people for it. And aren't we way past that in 2017? Like, I just think it's so ignorant, number one. Number two, if I was HIV positive, I would be completely vocal about it on my channel, okay? As a platform to help people that were newly diagnosed or had gone through it before. I am open about my epilepsy. I am open about my being bullied growing up as being gay. I was gonna say my homophobia, I don't know why. You know, I've talked about my addiction and my recovery and my mother. Why would I not share that? I wouldn't be ashamed of it, okay? Now, maybe I can say that because I'm not, but I've had enough friends of mine that are living with HIV that are not ashamed of it, that, like, I think are really great spokespeople, okay? Not just for the gay community, not just for those people living with HIV or newly diagnosed, but for the human society, okay? They're just really good people. And I hope to think that I would aspire to be like that I would share my story. You know, I've done it with everything else. I can't imagine I wouldn't do it with that. So, to say that to me is not an insult, you know? And I think it's ignorant to think that it would be. What you're really saying is you don't know my character. I think it's sad, you know? I think it's really sad that people attack with words like that. You know? I don't know. When you've seen a generation of young men die that could have been artists and attorneys and politicians and dreamers and authors and teachers and fathers and husbands and bankers and plumbers and friends and sons and grandfathers and friends pass away from this disease, and you see a community brought together because of this disease, you stop hating it because you understand it on some level. It's very similar to addiction. You hate it but you understand it, you respect it. You know? When I first came out, I came out in 1990, right on the heels of really the end of the AIDS, you know, tragedy, and of what we remember from back in the 80s, you know? A lot of people died around that time. It's very sad. Anyway, a lot of stories, a lot of lost stories. I think we need to continue to share their stories. I think all of our stories are important, no matter what our story is, you know? Like, I'm such a believer in that. What's your story? You know? Here's what you should do today. Everybody should start writing their story. Start telling your story. Telling it somewhere on YouTube, or write it down, or start a blog, or keep a journal. Somewhere, start writing your story. Your story's important. Write it down on postcards and send it to me, and I'll read it online. You know? Your story's important. We all have a story. And all of our stories could impact at least just one person, so. All right, you guys. That's enough for one night. The storm has passed, and I love you guys so much. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.